At KGW, investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi is here. And Kyle, you've been sifting through that stack of documents all day.
Right, and here's a look at those once secret documents, including several search warrants. In all, hundreds of pages of court documents were unsealed today, revealing how police used surveillance video and a handgun to help link a romance novelist to her husband's alleged murder. A search of Nancy Brophy's iTunes account showed she'd bookmarked an article titled 10 Ways to Cover Up a Murder, according to the court documents. The 68-year-old is charged with killing her husband on June 2, 2018. Daniel Brophy, a beloved instructor at the Oregon Culinary Institute, was found shot and killed in the kitchen. There was no sign of forced entry and nothing was stolen. The documents indicate Nancy Brophy recently bought a Glock 9mm handgun. Shell casings found at the crime scene appeared to come from a Glock, say police, although not the same weapon she'd purchased. At the time of her arrest in September, police say Brophy asked, "You're arresting me?" Then went on to say, "You must think I murdered my husband." Brophy is pleading not guilty in this case.
Fascinating details. Kyle, you also mentioned surveillance video. Do police have her on video?
Indeed, they do. The court records show that Nancy Brophy can be seen on surveillance video driving her minivan around the area around the time of the murder. In fact, the documents suggest she was seen just outside of KGW. As you know, our studios are right near the Culinary Institute, so not surprising.
And it also mentioned life insurance. What can you tell us about that?
Right, that's a big red flag according to investigators. Detectives say Brophy is the beneficiary on several of her husband's life insurance policies valued at over $350,000. And in the months following his death, police say she tried to cash in. Certainly worth noting that we reached out to her defense attorney and didn't hear back today.
Yeah, not surprising.
Be interesting to follow this case. Thank you, Kyle.